Hello everyone, this is Emen Okib. I am a cloud solution architect specialist as well as a certified trainer from Microsoft. So today what I am going to share with you about Microsoft Azure portal a little bit and how to create a virtual machine on Azure portal and how you can access that your virtual machine. In this tutorial, I will show you that before starting a virtual machine, what is the key things we need to focus and what is the key things we need to create and what is the purpose for that. Okay, so don't waste our time and your time as well. Let's start now. So now I am opening my browser. Here I am using my personal Azure portal website. So I am using my MCT email ID where I am getting every month a subscription from Microsoft. And now what I will do, I will create a virtual machine. So how we will create? So after coming to the portal, you have to create a resource, or you can search from this search box. Let's see, writing a virtual machine. If you write this virtual, then it will come to the virtual machine, or in the left side corner you can use in the tab bar. Here you can find the number of information. You can assign a favorite task as well, where you can also create a virtual machine, and you'll find that as well. So let me go from here. I just click to the virtual machine. I already have two for my uses purpose. Now what I'll do, I'll create a new one. Okay, so I am clicking this create button and I am just click the virtual machine. It will open another slide where we will input all the information step by step, and after that we will do the necessary information what we need to do on my virtual machine and what we actually need for use that machine. Okay, so it's just opening a new tab. Here if we use our virtual machine or create a virtual machine in our existing resource, we can use that resource from here, and if we use our new resource group, then we can use create new button. Okay, so how the resource group basically work? So resource group is the things where we will keep our services based on the functionality, which means that if we use a if we use a single bucket where we are putting, let's say, orange and apple, obviously this will be a mix up. And if we use a two bucket and we are separating the that orange and apple, all the things, that's a bit easier to find the things and count down the number, obviously. So these are the same things in the resource group, which will help us to understand this is the folder or this is the group where we are putting our all resources based on our requirement. Okay, so let's say I'm creating a new resource group which is a test resource group. Let me see, is it allowing or me not? Yeah, it's allowing me. So now we are using a virtual machine name. So what would be the virtual machine name here? We will put our virtual machine name, let's see, learning. Let's say learning. We are using the learning, and here is the region. So region is a very important. Based on your geographical location or your place, you have to use your nearest data center where you will get a low latency. Okay, so that will make your service very much stable and easily accessible, obviously. So we need to click here, and from though I am from Bangladesh, that's why I am actually using Southeast Asia. So let me find the Southeast Asia here. I just put on the Southeast Asia, and I am choosing I am going to choose an image, and before doing that, here is another option which is availability option. So if we need to deploy and use our availability zone, we can easily do that, or we can use availability set as well. So what is the zone and what is the set basically work? So before the thing is, let me share here. So availability zone basically it's use a separate Azure region. Let's say you are deploying the Southeast Asia, it will use another region for your for the same services. Okay, and if you use the availability set, which means it will deploy a multiple virtual machine, multiple virtual machine, and it will improve your power for use your use your application stability. So if I come to the image where we can find the all the images what we need to deploy, or what is the images we need for our services. Here we can see that Ubuntu, Red Hat, SUSE Enterprise, Linux, CentOS, Debian, Oracle, all the things are available in here. Windows 10 Pro and Server, all the things. Okay, but in addition, you think that here is available image, but we need another image from out of this box. Okay, then what you can do, you can click the see all images. It will automatically redirect to the Microsoft Marketplace portal, where you can easily find the information. So you can get all the image in from here. It will help you to understand, and if you click in the load mode, there is so many things, information, all the things here. So let me close this. Let's see, I am going to use the Windows Server 19. Then this after that we have to choose the username and that the password here. So if you want to do that, then let me click here. Let's see, test. It's not allowing me. Learn, how is it? Oh yeah, it's okay. I am putting the password here. You have to remember these things, because by using your password you have to log in your machine. Okay, so though we will connect our machine using a RDP port, so that's why we will use this port. And though it is a testing purpose, I am using a hybrid model for some while, because it will help me to reduce some cost if I run this machine. We are actually seeing the number how much cost it will consume here. That's why we just use this. So I'm clicking next. Here is the part what types of disk I have to use in my virtual machine. Here is the two different types of information. First one is a OS disk, which means where we will deploy our operating system images. Is it what we need, a premium SSD, standard SSD, or regular HDD? It's totally depend on you. Okay, it's totally depend on you. Or you can deploy an additional disk, which is easily you can partition all the time. So if you want to, you can additionally click here. So I'm clicking next. Here is the network part. If you have a specific network policy or network connectivity requirement for to your organization to connect this machine, you can easily create a new virtual network based on your requirement. You can change the address range, address space, subnet mask, all the things in here. Though I don't have any specific information from there, I don't need that. I am using the default option. I am going to click the management. So here is the management option, and I don't need to change anything. I am clicking next. Tag is also I don't need, so I am just clicking the review and create button. Okay, so it will verify my information, all the things. It's just verified all the information, and it's allowing me to create this virtual machine. So now it will create our virtual machine within a very short time, and obviously it's very clear to understand if we actually think that we will deploy this types of virtual machine in our on premises, it will take some long time. Obviously we have to focus on the networking, we have to focus on the cable, all the system place, how hardware, all the things that actually increase our time and decrease our productivity. But if we use the cloud service and the cloud system, which is very effective for us, and focus our application and our services, and rest of the things Microsoft will cover, which means that Microsoft will take care your networking, your compute power, your stability, your data encryption, all the things in things actually Microsoft cover up. You see our machine is created. We can click the go to resource and we can see how we the all the information we're seeing. The status is running, which is very good. And here is the public address. We can click the public address and we have to go to the remote RDP option. We need to insert our public IP, hit enter. I have to click a more choice. We will use a different account. I am using the username what I put in my VM very first time. Hit OK. Now it's connecting to our virtual machine, which is very interesting. And let's see how the virtual machine looks like. It's connecting to our virtual machine. It's not gonna different or nothing changed. This is what we do in our on-premises. It's a very simple. This is what we do in our on-premises using an RDP remote desktop, which is the same thing on the Azure cloud. Okay, we are seeing the same interface, all the things are here available. This is very fantastic to use and comfortable for all of us mainly. So we can change as much as we can what types of information we need in our server. This is very simple in this policy. So let me go to the my computer and let's see how the information is working on. Let me put on the properties here. You see we deployed a 8 GB RAM machine, 2 core processor, which is very fantastic. And these are the things how we can create a virtual machine and connect to the virtual machine. Okay, so thanks for watching today. Please subscribe my channel and hit a like, and please comment below if you need to learn so many things. I will cover up and step by step all the things within a short video. Thank you and stay tuned.